Hello and welcome everyone, Ducky O'Brien here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a quick look on a game called Journey of Life. Journey of Life is a survival crafting game created by Hyperion Studio Limited. It was released on April 15 and 2018 into early access. They released a bunch of updates, so I took a gander at it. Let's go over what it's like. Alright, so I went into creative mode and I built this magnificent structure. I mean, you can build a grander structure, but I try to give you guys a kind of a glimpse into endgame content available in the game right now. So I unlocked everything that I could. So let's go over it. So you can build structures. By building, you don't really accomplish much, but you do build some pretty cool things. You bring up the build menu by pressing T, and then you can build all sorts of different things like foundations. You got birch, stone, planks. You got furniture like tables and chairs with these little hooks. I don't know what they're used for, to be honest. You got railings, you got ropes, you got little, these called again, ramps. Man, I can't believe I forgot what a ramp was. You can play multiplayer, so basically you can kind of surround your village and protect it with these like wooden fences. You got stairs as well. This is the roofing options. I think it looks pretty cool. You got just flat ceilings, you got windows, pretty much standard fare for survival crafting. That's pretty much it for the building. Now for the crafting stuff, the game starts you off on a beach, and then you do the standard, make an axe, chop down a tree, all of that good stuff. So when you have the crafting menu up, you can kind of build these basic items. Now, there's kind of a logic to this game in that it tries to be sort of realistic. What I mean by that is, if you look at the hammer, you can see that's just a stick with a rock tied to it. So basically the requirements, the items that you need to craft is a solid straight stick, a high density rock, and fiber rope, and just lashing it together. The same thing for most of these items, like the axe, you got the rock, you got a fiber rope, and a sharpened rock. It's pretty straightforward. And when you start out, I would recommend having the inventory up. You have to use right click on the mouse to move your camera, but what this allows you to do is if you can pick up items on the ground, so you can just drag it from the ground into your inventory like this, so you don't miss anything. I purposely lowered the graphics to low so I have an easier time seeing things. And then once the items are in your inventory, you can just drag it around and it will remain in the game world, so you can bring it back into your base wherever you decide to build it. Kind of stockpile resources, which is what I did over here with the birch. You can also make chests later. Here, put items in here. I would highly recommend building the backpack ASAP, which is one of your early missions. After that, after your tools, you basically have your standard station. You got your workstation, which lets you build more things. You got a bunch of clay items. You get clay from a lake. And you can build all of these different parts, which are components for advanced stations. And for your stations, you got your fireplace, you got your ore crushing station, smelting furnace, composter, water collector, farm plot times 4, woodworks, cloth weaver, hand grind. And these things let you have access to basically higher levels of crafting material. I mean, obviously the farm plot lets you grow seeds. Basically how this works is you put in fruit, it decomposes, turns into compost, then you can use it to make your compost, your farm plots, and then you plant seeds and you water it and it grows. It's pretty cool. You got your water collector. As you can see here, there's kind of a logic to the design as well. It requires these exact same number of sticks. You'll lash it with the rope, then you put the leaves in, then you finish it off with the clay funnel. And then once you have this done, you can make a clay cup. You put it underneath, it'll collect water, and then you can drink it. Now you got these water collection towers, and I believe these are going to be used for something else exciting to power your devices. I'll go over that a little bit later. But as you can see, I put my items here. You can grab them, you can drop them. You got your standard axe, shovel, pickaxe, the hammer. Over here we got the ore crushing table. So basically how you use ores in this game is you mine it with the pickaxe, you bring it back to the crushing station, you smash it with the hammer, you take the chunks, you put it in the furnace, you put fuel in the furnace, you light it with the fire starter, then you take the finished product out, then you smash it with the hammer again to refine it, and voila, you got you got your ores, and then you can use that to build better version of your tools or unlock better things. You can have a hand grind station. This basically unlocks dust. Got your woodworks, which unlocks planks. Planks are the building blocks of your house here that you see. And then the neat thing is, once you have your tools and they do have durability, they don't break though. What happens is they become unusable. Simply bring it back to your grindstone. Just hold E on the grindstone with your tool equipped, and as you can see that white bar there, once this is fully up, it means that your tool is ready to go. When the durability is down, you'll see that that white line is gone. So all your tools are reusable, kind of like that. You got your pottery wheel here to make more clay items to store food with, and then you got your cloth weaver here to make cloth and faster. So I think this game is a little bit rough now, but there's a lot of potential. You can also make a settlement. This game has multiplayer. You build things to unlock your levels, and then it, does things. Places your flag, whatever. I think this is pretty neat. I think where the game will shine is the multiplayer. I'm getting like early Rust vibes from this game. The devs keep doing what they're doing. I think it's gonna end up in a good place. But yeah, let's kind of look at the text tree. So you kind of unlock new items by following the single player mission here on the right hand side. You can see my next step is to collect clay. Once I collect materials, I can unlock parts that use that material, like the handmade clay pot. As you're building things, it unlocks more and more stuff. So you can kind of see where they're gonna go in the future. You have the advanced workstation, you got an herb station, you got gears, and then it's gonna lead into wind and water power, which is gonna power automated versions of productions. So you got your sawmill, you got your power crusher, and you got your lathe. So it's gonna automate all of that. Your woodworking, your stone crushing, your ore refining, your cloth production. You got little tools here, parts for automated power. If you look here, we got metal working, we got anvils, advanced anvils, and you're obviously gonna be able to build your barrel. Tanning stations, you can interact with animals. You can't build this yet, but there are boars, bears, and wolves which you can kill with the spear if you want, or bow and arrows. And you got your plank steamer. But yeah, this is getting to a good place. Now, personally speaking, I think for most people, the amount of content available right now is pretty limited. This game is still a little bit janky. There's a very infuriating bug where you get stuck on trees. You're just running around, you're just jumping, let's say, and then you just bump into a tree, and then bam, you're stuck there, you're floating, and the only way to get out is to remove yourself from the game by using the suicide command. It'll kill you and respawn you later somewhere else. And they fixed that bug recently. They're gonna have that patch out soon, so I'm happy about that. But personally speaking, I spent a lot of time getting clay. It took me 30 minutes, and then I got stuck on a tree, so I had to do that again. I had to spend 30 minutes gathering clay, and I was getting pretty frustrated. But yeah, now that that's gone, that's great. But yeah, that's all the stuff that's pretty much available right now. Let's go take a quick look at the Trello and the world map. I just want to show you guys how big the game actually is. You can see that this is the entire island. I started off here when I started my regular save file, and it took me about 30 minutes to go to the volcano, climb around the volcano to get to the lake, because this lake has clay, and then go back, and this took me a long time. I tried different things like cutting across here. If you miss one turn, you get lost. You might end up on the shore here. You might go past the lake and end up on the shore here. So my recommendation for you guys, if you get lost, is the volcano is a really easy landmark to see. It's humongous. It's clearly a volcano. It just goes in a straight line from your base to the volcano. Mark it by building a foundation here, 2 foundation pieces, and then you can go left or right, and then go to that place and build a foundation here as well, so that you always have a pointer telling you where things are. So like I have 2 foundation pieces pointing my way back to my base, which is located around here. And then I can build 2 foundation pieces here saying, hey, go straight this way to get to the lake. All right, let's go look at the Trello board. So these are the things they're working on. As you can see, they have structures that were listed that I showed before and more, including armories, a garage. So I'm guessing they're gonna have cars, a brewery, tailor. All this stuff is coming in. The devs are updating it at a decent clip. Yeah, but you can look at their Trello and see what they're working on right now. All right, let's go back to the game. All right, there you have it, folks. The game itself is pretty forgiving. The hunger and thirst meters go down pretty slowly. You can get it back pretty easily by collecting fruit. I was just too lazy to do it on the creative file because I just wanted to build this house. So I just let myself die and then respawn with full health because my bed is right here. So, but yeah, in the actual game, in the regular mode, it's fairly easy. I think the crafting system is a little obtuse. The in-game tutorial doesn't really do a good job, so you're gonna have to use the wiki. I had to use the wiki for almost everything. And again, I run around with the inventory up. I wish there was a way to kind of show this nearby thing permanently. Doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, it's a little bit of jankiness. Overall, not a lot of content. And that endgame pretty much relies on you playing with other people or just having fun building massive structures. There's no real story, there's no real... You're just literally surviving. You're surviving and crafting. It's purest form. So if that appeals to you, it's out now on Steam. If it doesn't appeal to you, you can kind of take a wait and see approach, which is going to be my recommendation for most people. But yeah, MSRP is $14.99. As of this recording, it's on sale for $11 if you want to check it out. Yeah, not too much content. A little bit of jankiness, a little bit of frustration. But there you have it, folks. I hope this helps. Let me light a fire before I go. Get some birch. You gotta put the birch in the fireplace. And then you take your fire starter, light it. And we have fire. And when it gets dark, it gets real dark. You want to build a bed so that you can just sleep through the night and then wake up in the morning. Anyways, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or things you would like to see, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Once again, this is Journey of Life by Hyperion Studio Limited. It's out now in early access if you want to check it out. Thank you so much for dropping by. Once again, catch you guys next time.